Hi everyone, my name is Lisa. I'm with the Welland Public Library bringing you another grab and go activity. This week's activity relates to the solar system. And I thought it was a great time to do a solar system activity for a couple of reasons. One, as you may know, NASA was able to send up a rover to Mars and landed successfully on the planet. And this rover is going to look at soil samples. It is going to explore a bit on Mars. And what it's really trying to determine is, what is the condition on Mars? Could it support life in the future? Did it support life in years past? And all of this we're trying to solve or understand better with these rovers. China was also able to successfully land a rover on Mars in February, and it's doing the same thing, looking at soil samples to see if Mars did or could have inhabitants on it. And the United Arab Emirates also launched a satellite into orbit, and that is around Mars as well. And it's taking some pictures, again, to see what the conditions of Mars are really like. So it's an exciting time for space exploration right now. And the other thing is the sun is the center of our universe. And we judge a year by the amount of time it takes for the Earth to go around the sun. And it has been about 1 year since the pandemic hit Ontario. So it's a perfect time to talk about the solar system. Now, the sun is the center of our solar system, and the sun is made up of gases, primarily made up of hydrogen and helium. And as we may imagine, the sun is very, very hot. The next planet, which is also the smallest planet, is Mercury, followed by Venus. Now, Venus is, in many ways, a twin planet to us. It's similar in size. However, Venus is the hottest planet on Earth. The temperatures on Venus can reach about 465 degrees Celsius. So that is hot enough to melt lead. So it is not inhabitable. And the reason it is so hot there, one, obviously it is closer to the sun, but two, it has a lot of gases that trap in the heat. So when we talk about greenhouse effects here on Earth, that is what happens in Venus. It traps in those gases, making it hotter and hotter and hotter. So right after Venus comes Earth, which hopefully we know a bit about. Then Mars. Mars is sometimes called the red planet. And the reason it's called the red planet is because it frequently has huge dust storms. And the dust or the dirt on Mars tends to be red. So when we look at Mars through some telescopes, we often see it as red because of these dust storms. The next planet is Jupiter. Jupiter is the largest planet in our universe. You may have heard of Jupiter's red spot. And the red spot on Jupiter, which you can see in some photos of Jupiter, is actually a storm that has been going on in Jupiter for at least 365 years, if not longer. Jupiter, as well as the next three planets, are all considered gas giants, and that's because their planets seem to be made just of gases. So right after Jupiter, we have Saturn. Saturn is typically the planet that we see drawn with rings around it. Now, again, the four gas giants do all have rings, but Saturn is the one that we can see the rings most clearly. The planet after Saturn, is Uranus. Uranus is another very big gas giant, and it appears somewhat bluey green when we look at it. And then the furthest planet from the sun in our solar system is Neptune. And Neptune is blue in color. And both Uranus and Neptune are icy giants. And the reason that we call them that is because they are, again, they're gases, but they're very cold. So we call them icy giants. And their colors come from their gases. So they both have a lot of hydrogen and helium on them, but the blue we attribute to a lot of methane. So that's what gives Neptune its blue hue. And the reason that Uranus seems to have a bluey green hue is because of both methane and ammonia on it. And that's what gives them their colors. So that is a little bit about the 8 planets in our solar system. We do have 5 dwarf planets, including Pluto, which was downgraded from a regular planet to a dwarf planet because of its size as well as the way that it orbits. And then there are 4 other ones, including my favorite, Make. So that is a little bit about our solar system. Your activity today, what you will get in your kit is a yellow disc to represent the sun, 8 black strips with a hole at one end, 1 brad or paper fastener. And brads or paper fasteners are the ones that fold out like this. They're the ones that sometimes we call them, they have wings. And you're also going to have 8 buttons of various shapes. And from home, you're going to need some glue. So you can try a glue stick. I recommend using some white glue. That would probably work best. If your adult is helping you and you're lucky enough to have a glue gun at home, that is the one that is absolutely perfect. But you can do it with the other 2 types of glue if you'd like, or tape if you have that. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take your black strips and then just sort of order them tallest to shortest. All right? And then you're going to take your buttons and you're going to order them in the, it might be easiest to do biggest to smallest. So the biggest button is going to represent Jupiter, our largest planet. The smallest button is going to represent Mercury, our tiniest planet. And on your instruction sheet, you can see planets smallest to largest. So right here. So organize your planets that way. And then you are going to determine which ones are closest to Earth. And you can use this. So you're going to glue it on your shortest strip. You are going to glue on Mercury. So you're going to put a little bit of glue on your paper and then put Mercury down on it. So you're going to go right to the end of your strip and glue it on. And you're not using the side with the hole, okay? And glue it on, hold it there for a couple of seconds so that you make sure that the glue is tight. Then you're going to find your next strip and you're going to find your second or your Venus. And you are going to place Venus on it, like so. So Venus like that. And you're going to keep doing that for all the strips. And again, the order that you want to glue them on is here. And on the back, there's some information about the solar system as well, including your planets' orders from closest to the sun to furthest from the sun. And once you do all of that, you have all of them glued on, you're going to put your fastener through your sun. The suns all have a tiny little X in the center of them. So you put your fastener through the sun like this. Then you're going to put your black strips like this in order on, and again they have the buttons glued onto them till you have all 8 down, and then you're going to fold your fastener over like this so that they don't fall off. And when it's all complete, you're going to have your own solar system like this, and then you can see them rotate. So the planets all rotate around the sun at different speeds. So you can spread them out. You can do that. The Earth, we know it takes 365 of our days to go around Earth or around the sun. But there are many other ones. So for Neptune, It is so slow. So Neptune is the furthest one from our sun. It is so slow around the Earth that it actually takes 165 Earth years for Neptune to get one time around the sun. So there is a lot more to learn about our solar system and our universe. And if you're interested in finding out more, we do have a lot of books at the Welland Public Library for you to get, including Did You Know? Space, amazing answers to more than 200 awesome questions. Why are black holes black? Solar system, the planets. Solar system. Exploring the solar system. Absolute Expert Space Edition. And including a brand new book, I Like Space. What jobs are there? And so if you're interested in space and you want to make a career out of it, it's ways to learn about what you might be able to do, from an astronomer to a material scientist to an astrobiologist, even to a science fiction author. So that is a brand new book that we do have at Welland. All of our 3 branches are currently open for browsing, so if you'd like to pick up any grab-and-go kits or any books, you're able to come into them. That includes the main branch in Welland, Diamond Trail branch, as well as the Seaway Mall branch. They all have books about space, and they do all have grab-and-goes. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me us a call or send us an email. And that's all for now, and we'll see you again next week. Thank you so much, and have an awesome day. Bye.